perfect time to get away. We're all a little bit done with winter right now. Luckily, there's Roxana Ferguson from TravelWise.
Always happy to get people away and tell people where to go.
Absolutely. And you were just saying that you get to have a little getaway before too long.
Yeah, we're going to India in a couple of weeks and then come home for a couple of weeks and then head off to Mexico for a couple of weeks.
Amazing. Not a bad life.
You know what? Somebody said that to me this morning and I said, I love my life. But if you asked my sister, I don't know if she's watching, if you asked her, she hates my life. She thinks I'm crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Somebody.
so it's not for everybody, but
That's true.
I love my life.
That's a good point. For those of you who are ready for a getaway, Roxana has some great deals coming up.
Yeah, for sure. So our first one, I believe, is to Cuba, but this is a bit different. I love this idea, and this is so authentic, and you really get to know the people because you're staying in homes.
Wow.
So when you get to the Veradero airport, there will be a driver waiting for you. He will take you to your first homestay. Your breakfast is included the next day. Usually you're in an area for 2 nights, and then you'll move to another area for a couple of nights, and then another. So you're gone for a week, and typically in 3 different homestays. They have several itineraries to choose from, but basically with the airfare, it's working out to $22.74 for your airfare, your driver, your accommodations, your breakfast, and just a great way to meet the locals and actually, you know, like we were just saying, you have a friend showing beaches, pictures of beaches. But yes, if you want to see real Cuba, this is the way to do it.
All right, what a fun idea.
I think it's lovely.
Yeah,
I'd love to do that.
All right. And next we have?
Next, I think we've got a Tahiti cruise, yes. So this is really interesting. Tahiti is not what you would call affordable from Canada, but this is actually not bad. It's just under $4,000 with your air from Vancouver and a 1-week cruise. So it's your typical cruise. It's a catamaran cruise, but you know, it's got the inclusions of the meals, and this is very focused on water sports and getting into some of the archipelago areas that are less traveled. So it's not your you know, your big ship that's going into the bigger ports.
You get to go off the beaten path a little bit.
And the great thing about that is the people that are there, the locals, love that because they hardly ever see the tourists, right? It's not like, you know, being on a 1,500 passenger ship.
Isn't arduous.
Yeah. So it's awesome. You're very well received, and it's a great way to see Tahiti.
A cruise for the adventurous.
Totally, absolutely.
Fantastic.
We're all about adventure today, apparently.
Yes.
So the next one's Punta Cana. This is March 6th, and this is kind of interesting because it's, again, a little bit adventurous because it's a surprise.
Oh.
So it's 5-star adult only, so that much you know.
Okay.
But you don't get to know which resort
That's
it is.
not a lot.
No. But in my mind, if it's 5-star and it's adult only, that's good for me. It'll be on the beach. There'll be white sand, there'll be turquoise blue water, swaying palm trees. Really, if you're wanting to get a nice R&R week away, what more do you need?
And to be honest, sometimes picking the place is the hard, it's more stressful.
That's
so
what
to
a lot
do
of
a
people
surprise,
say.
let somebody else decide where you're going.
I think that makes it kind of fun and,
I think that's
somewhat
appealing.
adventurous.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Our last special is going to be mass market, so not quite as adventurous, except for those who have never been to Europe before, then that might be the adventurous part of it. Air from Vancouver, this is May 27th. You start in Barcelona, you go to Italy, see Rome, Florence, then you go up to Cannes, then you go to Palma Mallorca, back to Barcelona, and inside cabin with the beverage package included and all your prepaid gratuities included.
Wow.
$25.57 all in.
That sounds like a pretty great deal to me.
And if you wanted to, you could extend the airfare another week and stay on if you don't want to just be gone. That's a long ways to go, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to go do some of your own exploring after that, you'll have a great feel for what there is to see and do, and you can certainly, you know, extend it. But I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, to be able to do any kind of European trip for that price point is pretty incredible.
Yeah, and to have your drinks and your gratuities included is excellent.
Which again is another stressor off, one less thing you have to think about on your holiday.
When you look at that bill on the TV screen in your cabin, it doesn't look nearly as bad.
That's true. Less things to calculate in.
That's right.
Fantastic. We also have Peter coming in tomorrow, and he's going to be talking river cruises.
So Peter Usanoff from Avalon Waterways will be here tomorrow on TV, and then he's going to be in our office on Wednesday night talking about river cruises. So if anybody wants to come and join us, we'd love to have you at the office, 6:30. Please do let us know you're coming. But yeah, Peter will be here tomorrow to talk river cruises, and he knows them well, so he'll be a great guest.
So many options.
Yeah.
I always, whenever you come on, I think, which one would I choose? I was trying to decide, but this is a tough one this time. That Mediterranean cruise, though, I don't know.
I'm all over Tahiti.
Yeah, are you? That's what
For
you would
sure.
do?
Absolutely.
Oh, and that's a lot coming from you.
There
You're
you
well
go.
traveled.
There you go.
All right, if you'd like to know more, travelwise.ca. Always lots of great deals, lots of
Thank
information,
you.
and we love having you on.
Thanks very
Come
much.
back
Have a great
soon.
day.
We'll be back with more Midday shortly.